Welcome to Rolling Intentions. My name is Jason.
So tonight we're playing with Megan, Brogan, our DM or GM is Jason, Charles, and my girlfriend Bobby's also joining us.
Yo.
Because I know you were going to forget that.
My son is a terrible lying douchebag.
So do we go from the most normative one to the most extreme one, or...?
No matter. You're all going to end up somewhere that you all get connected, so...
So who wants to start?
I'll get my ass out of the way. Go on.
Okay. So, what just happened to you?
Upon arriving home from school, Emily gets off the bus and rushes to her home as quickly as possible. She gets to the door and finds there's no handle. Checking the other doors in the house, the same is true. It's as if there never was. There's no sign of its removal or damage or it being patched over. The door is the same as it's always been, apart from having no handle. Checking the windows, they're all solid panes of glass. None of them open or raise or lower anymore. It's as if they never did.
From the inside of the house, you can hear her voice, and it's screaming at your name. But the voice isn't something you recognize. Something deep within you may have recognized it, but not a voice that should be in your house. And it's screaming out to you.
Screaming?
It's screaming at your name.
I think she's going to run to her neighbor's house.
Okay. So
she can't get in and she hears noises.
Okay, so it's set in the scene. It's after school. So we'll say it's like, you guys good with like fall, like now time?
Yeah.
And it's like it's dark in the evenings.
Like it is today.
Like it is today.
The sun is just starting to go down.
So the sun's going down. And there's long shadows. The house is entirely fucked. You don't know why. There's no car or any vehicles in the driveway. Hear the voice inside the house. The fence seems to be planks, but you knew about this. I don't take a shortcut or something.
Not news.
No.
Is there anyone on the street at all? Is the street empty?
The street's empty.
Do you mind me asking these type of questions?
No.
Okay.
So I booted over to my neighbor's house. I'm going to pound on the door and say, "Help! Help! There's someone in my house. I can't get in."
But door's locked. You're outside.
But it has a handle.
Sure it does.
I'm going to break in.
As a pain of 4.
Alright. So how does this work? I roll my determination dice.
So you have discipline first, so you
my
put it in your hand.
discipline dice.
Yeah. Now you get 2 exhaustion dice because I gave it 2 exhaustion. So that's static, and you keep 2 exhaustion forever.
Exhaustion of the black dice?
Whatever you want. Exhaustion, I think, are the big dice for him because it's the 6 dice. Because that's after 6 you're gone, right? But I think they're both 6, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So now you can add another exhaustion if you wish, or you can add any number of madness dice.
I see.
Now madness dice are not static; they're dynamic every roll. So you can add 5 now and not add 5 later.
Okay. Well, I will add...
No, you roll them all at once.
Oh, I have to roll my exhaustion as well.
Yeah, they're all dice. Every dice that you use, it benefits you in the situation. It's just, what happens after the roll, we count them in a number of 6s.
So I always have to add my exhaustion dice?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there's no...
Then I'll add 2 madness dice as well.
Sure, because you're panicky and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
And, there's no handles on the doors to my house.
Right.
When the shit did that happen?
And I'm hearing voices. So, 2 successes, and the only 6 is my madness.
Okay.
Wasn't that 3 successes, or... Oh, 2 successes in discipline.
Oh,
No, that's fine. No, they all count as 1. So you're right. All the dice all count as 1 roll.
I missed one of the 3.
Except for the 6s. The only thing that is. So you got 1 6. Well, you beat because I only got 1 success, but pain dominates.
All right.
So I'll narrate it.
And
So
you get a spare coin, right?
you're right. Thanks. So how do you open the door? So I know how to narrate. How would you go about opening the door?
I think she takes... there's some wooden chairs on the patio,
Okay.
and she takes one of them and she smashes the handle off the door.
Okay. As she goes to smash the handle off the door, splinters of the wood come up and stick her in the face.
Oh.
So she's got like a piece of wood sticking out of her face.
Lovely.
You're just bleeding with like, ah!
It's only a little girl.
Okay. So, having broken the door, she's going to go in. She's going to try and get to a phone.
Okay, you open the door. You walk inside. All right. You.
Me.
Yeah, what did you next?
Alright, so my son is spreading all these horrible lies about me in court.
Right.
And I'm just standing there like, oh my god, what are you saying? Shit.
Alrighty. So, the court. The judge is a female. You recognize her face or something, and she shouldn't be a judge. You recognize her from your past. Where do you know her from? It's something negative.
Mother-in-law.
Maybe, but
I'm joking. I actually really like your mother.
Anyway,
who is she from your past life?
my past life?
Yeah, well, from your life, like somebody you know. She's not a judge. You know she's not a judge, but she's on the judge. She's on the judge seat right now.
Your crazy ex.
Charles.
Charles is on there.
And he's a female.
Fuck it.
No. The head administrator of the university I work at,
Okay.
who has been giving me a hard time because, I'm not that good of a computer prof and
Okay.
all that stuff.
Well, she's looking down at you as he's speaking. You know she's not a judge.
Yes.
You know it because
Yeah.
you know her personally.
Yes.
Right? She's not a judge, but why is she up there? You never questioned it when she first came in, but now you're probably thinking about it.
Yeah.
Right. So your son just spelled out a couple lies, and the lawyer, high, expensive lawyer, somehow she's able to afford it. He's questioning his child, but seemingly needlessly, but just giving questions. Almost like, and the kid's basically speaking like he's programmed to speak it. Like just saying, what did he do to you? And she's like, he did this to me. And everybody was like, oh! Like it's almost like, you feel like you're on a TV show. This feels like reality TV. It doesn't feel real, because everybody's making oohs and ahs in the background like a Jerry Springer show. When this is a courtroom. Something about this doesn't feel right.
Step forward. Tom, what are you saying? Why are you saying this?
You know why? You know what you did? And then like, like, all right, well, slow down. And then people were like, and everybody's sort of like talking amongst each other and stuff and gossiping in the background. Like,
He's trying to trap his kid in the courtroom.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're saying, shit like that. And they're like, yeah, look at that. You can tell this is Robinson. Look at him, how aggressive he is. Oh, that poor kid.
Making a sign with his hand.
Look at these guns!
I bet he got those muscles slapping his kid. More horrible people for laughing at that.
Remind me never to go to court against you.
That's what he did.
Turn to the audience. He's lying! Can't you tell he's lying?
Like, and the judge's like, sir, you have to look up here and speak to me, and do it in respect. Don't be looking at them. Or in the ooh. Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, look, he's got told. And your ex, of course, has got her arms like just crossed, like pristine, like she's winning this case, right? But even like the jury, there's something wrong with the jury. What is it? What's wrong with the jury?
They seem to be moving in sync, like
Okay.
they're automatons or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're almost like, do they all look alike?
Yes.
So they're almost like the same person.
Almost.
Is the person recognizable to you? Do they all look like your child or something? Or do they all look like...
Maybe they look like your ex-wife.
Maybe they all look like your ex-wife.
Sort of like my ex-wife, only
Yeah.
slightly artificial.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
father.
My ex-wife and my father, they had a horrible, horrible baby.
And they seem to be nodding in sync. Like they're almost like, yeah, guilty. They even say that too. They're just like, guilty. Like repeating
This is a custody battle. What the hell?
This is the best custody battle ever.
It's a custody battle, but you're guilty for some reason. And there's a jury in a custody battle. None of this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
What's your character's name again?
Craig. Craig Chislett.
Craig, what do you have to say for yourself? All these accusations. Put you in the brink for this.
In the brink?
And now everyone's
You didn't even finish the work I gave you last night. What kind of employee are you? Can't be an employee? Can't take care of your kid? What kind of person are you?
At least I'm not a judge while I'm also a principal.
People are just like looking at you like, what did you mean? Like,
He's having a breakdown up there.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm not having a breakdown!
Order in that court, order in that court. Is there anything particular you want to do as your character?
To try and explain myself, like, I don't know where all this is coming from, but, these accusations are completely false, like...
Guilty! Guilty!
You sort of hear them in the background, like, but they're not speaking up yet. But you want to convince them?
Yes.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do
That's a lot of dice.
8 pain dice. 1,
All
2,
right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pain dice. As the situation just seems a little bit supernatural.
Okay. So you have 3 discipline, 2 exhaustion. What else?
Now you can add an exhaustion dice for free. You can only add 1,
Yeah.
but it stays with you forever until you pass out. Or you can heal it with a hope dice or hope coin. Or you can add as many madness as you want, up to your max, of course, which I think is 6.
I will add 2 max.
I think our permanent madness is 3.
Now, did you want to use your exhaustion talent or anything?
Exhaustion talent is heavy lifting, so...
Oh, what's your...
My madness talent is implanting ideas in other people's
That sounds like
Is that
it would be a
something
good
you want to do? Do you want to try to implant something in someone's mind?
Does sound like this is exactly
Yeah,
the
This is
case.
the right spot for it.
Okay, so righty. So so 1 madness dice, one up to 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could do something mundane with it. So probably implant a word or something in someone's head, make them say it or something. But what you're trying to do is what?
I'm just trying to, make her think I'm innocent.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what I
4 successes.
4 successes.
And she has 1 6 on her discipline.
Okay. So, I can spend my coin right now and make this. Or I can say, okay, fuck it. So,
And you get
you win because ties, you break ties.
Right.
Okay. However, I got 2 6s.
Yes.
So it's another pain coin.
So there's another pain coin.
Despair.
And, despair, yeah. And the situation ends painfully.
Ah.
So, as you're going to explain yourself, you're looking at the judge, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody's like goes dead silent, right? While you're explaining yourself, you go ahead and explain yourself.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you have to understand that he's probably just upset with me. I'm sure it's just, some false accusations. Like, if you send someone to look into it, like, the police have found that I have been more than a satisfactory parent, and...
Okay.
The police looking up if he was a satisfactory parent.
The judge seems to say, well, I do remember you did brought me coffee.
I remembered you liked the special cream in it.
Something seems missing.
That's not Freudian.
Yes.
Something seems missing. And the child is no longer on the podium anymore. Nobody's seen where he went to. And the mother is like, seeming like she didn't even notice there was a child on the stage. And they're like, how many kids do you have?
Just the one.
Okay. And then suddenly, deputy stands up, and it feels like the beginning of the court case. Like everything you just did and everything you just said didn't matter. But yet, you're not fighting over custody anymore. The child's no longer there.
Oh.
So you just basically, you know that something's wrong, but everybody else doesn't see anything wrong. You're no longer fighting custody anymore. You're just fighting a divorce.
Wait, where'd Simon go? Where's Simon?
And nobody else ever looks at them. What are you talking about? Simon who?
My son. He was just right there.
They'll give you like weird looks, like whoever you're speaking about. Here's what you do. It's like, hey, we're not here to talk about any kids or anything. We're just here to finish your divorce files. I mean, you said you wanted this and this, and this is the actual list of things that you were supposed to have. But the custody, the child, not on the list anymore. It's like it didn't exist.
Ooh.
Can I go up here and go to the next one, or?
Well, depending on
Okay.
Okay.
what she does or not. But what do you do though?
Well, start pressing it, asking everyone what about Simon.
And nobody knows what you're talking about. So what do you do? Do physically?
I turn to the ex-wife, just sort of like start towards her and, like...
They're just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Something's wrong with this guy.
Come on, you gave birth to him. You have to remember your son.
As you begin talking like that, you notice that some of the cops are coming up from the back.
Ah.
And they're like, I can't keep this under control. You're going to be removed from the court if you keep this up. And the cops are coming up. But they have their, things drawn.
Yeah.
Batons.
However, the batons seem to be weird. They have points on them, but they're shaped like clock points, like hands on a clock.
So they have clock batons?
Yes. And the faces are shadowed by their hat. You can't see the face.
Ooh.
And they're approaching you. And they seem to be very aggressive. You can even see the corners of the batons. Something crusty. They're approaching you.
I'll just sort of raise my hands, back the fuck off.
Alright.
I don't want any trouble, it's just, I don't know what's going on. Nobody's talking about my son, and that's really what's important to me.
They just grab you.
Oh, well, shit.
Do you do anything about it?
I'm trying to break free.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're trying to get out of here? Out of the situation?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 3 of them. So that's 9 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. These things seem to be ticking. You hear when you get really close to them.
Okay, so it's 3 discipline, 2 exhaustion. Madness die, what happens with them?
They're erased.
Right.
They're back to the beginning.
Okay.
So, add as many madness as you want. We can add another.
So we don't have any permanent madness until the madness run.
Okay.
So I'll add 2 madness dice.
I think that's wrong.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. The more madness we add, the more chance we have.
Oh yeah, you do gain 1 permanent madness when you snap. Because when you snap, so that's when
madness succeeds.
When you get the most
snap.
successful madness.
No, it's if you snap, actually. And snapping, I think, is if all your responses are gone.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
You lose you lose the dice, and you gain
You
a
lose
permanent
a determination and you gain a permanent madness.
Yes.
Or a discipline. You lose a
madness.
discipline.
You lose this one, yeah. Yeah. Great. So. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh.
5 successes.
5 successes.
Yeah, 5 as well?
Yes.
Alright, how many 6s do you have?
1.
1.
Which one is that?
Discipline.
Nice. So, narrate what happens because you without any hurt. So you've got 3 of them on you, grabbing you, these things, and what do you do right now?
I use my super masculine bodybuilder strength to sort of break free and just sort of run towards the holding room place where Simon would be, where he was before.
The waiting room.
Yep.
Yes, the waiting room.
He wouldn't be in the holding cells.
He might be. He's a pretty shitty kid.
So you go to open up the door or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's next?
Ooh.
Okay, I guess I'm going next.
Okay.
What's happening is, looking out the window, I can't count up anything correctly. No 2 calculations or countings work up the same.
Okay.
Nothing adds up.
Nothing ends up.
Nothing.
Okay. Okay. What do you do about that? I'm just trying to think of a situation that's very difficult to sort of come up with one.
Okay, first I'm going to start hyperventilating.
Okay.
Hyperventilating? Take out the calculator.
Okay.
Start punching in the numbers.
Alright. They're not numbers. There's no numbers in your calculator. Just letters. Oh, not letters, but a foreign...
Words.
Yeah. It's just signs. And you're just you've never seen this before. You throw
Run
it
outside.
right? Okay.
Throw the calculator, run outside.
Okay. You run outside.
Look at the number on the post box.
Alright. Well, you run outside, you look at the number is 13.
Look at the house number.
They're all 13.
13, 13, 13. Run to the end of the street, look at the street sign.
Alright. Is there people running around here? Is there any people around?
It's absolutely empty.
Absolutely empty? Okay. So you're running on a desolate street. The sky is black. All the houses are 13. The houses that are 13, like even some of the houses have multiple 13s on them, but doors that don't lead to where the house should have an apartment. Like, almost like there's a window and there's a door in the window. And why is there a door in the window? That makes no sense.
Okay, that's a lot of madness die when this comes up.
Okay.
When that comes up.
Yeah. So, you do see one person, though. As you begin running.
He's running away from me, isn't
Nope.
he? And he looks suspiciously skinny and minded.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Well, I was thinking of there's the man, and he's dressed up in like the man who has like a fedora on and a trench coat. He looks like some type of a detective, and he's sucking back on a cigarette. And he seems to be the only person that you can see. Like, as you're like walking, as you're like running.
The street signs say, am I close enough to that yet?
Yeah, sure.
13th Street?
Sure, yeah. 13th Street.
I have no idea what to do with this information. My character has no idea what to do with this information.
The man begins like just watching. He said, "What's wrong with you? Whether there."
13. It's 13.
Yeah, our characters are both just like batshit insane by this point.
The man says to follow him. I'll show you the way.
The what?
I'll show you the way.
He's a Mormon.
Just follow me.
Oh, well,
He begins walking towards the door of one of the buildings of the 13th building.
Like a door that's kind of there's a path that leads straight up the wall of a house and the door is there kind of thing?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
But not quite, though. A door that's still... There's a lopsided door, but it's buildings.
I follow him.
Okay.
I hesitate. He's halfway into the door and I start following him suddenly.
You hear like a single laugh. And he opens the door. What's your greatest fear?
Flaming clown spiders, I don't know.
Oh, well. No, like, it could be... It doesn't have to be a nightmare. Like, it could be just an emotion.
Uncertainty.
Okay. When he opens the door, a version... Well, not a version of you, but you see like you hear like a voice coming from the door, and it feels like you recognize the voice because it's your own. And it begins spanning out your doubts of things failures and such that you have, and it's starting to draw you in. You can almost feel like your feet are starting to shuffle the ground as you're
drawn towards it
into this door. And the man is laughing, like under his like cigarette.
Is everything still 13?
Everything's still 13.
I collapse to the ground.
Alright. You're going to get sucked into the door. Are you trying to fight it or anything?
Not at all.
No, you're just going to let it happen?
All my greatest failures are being shouted at me by my own voice. I'm just completely depressed right now.
Okay.
And everything's 13 and nothing makes sense, and I'm just going to lie there.
Okay. Well,
Then take it.
you feel your body being drawn into the door. You see blackness and the guts behind you. And then you begin falling. Fall. And you fall. If you want to survive this, you better roll some dice.
Okay, what am I doing to survive fall to the street? Does the street look normal geometrically?
The roofs of the buildings seem to be all connected.
Even across the street?
It actually looks like a forest up there. A forest of like just metal. In fact, if you can look in the distance, you see an airplane sticking out of one of the buildings.
Stick out of one?
Yeah, like it's just like implanted into the building. And it's just like this. And it's like just stuck into the building. On top of the building. You, however, are falling in between the buildings. Towards this crowded street. Where you see people everywhere. And you can even catch a glimpse of somebody like riding those old big
penny farthings.
Yeah, penny farthings. And people with T models driving, trying to get through the horn and through the people. And you even see people with top hats and then people with regular clothes. But you're getting closer to them. and you're going to hit that
At
ground.
an alarming speed. Yeah.
Well, at a won't say an alarming speed. At a fast speed. It's you're not falling at the same rate as what gravity should be falling for natural. You're falling enough. Probably you're going to get injured if you fail, but you are falling at a speed that.
Am I doing something?
But you're
normal,
able to see all this stuff as you're falling.
Yeah. Kind of like a
Yeah, it's almost like you're like, what's going on? Like you're in slow motion.
Now, am I going to try something normal or something supernatural? This is already like a dreamlike state with all my failures, so maybe I'll just be flying in thin air and that somehow slows me down.
Okay.
But I don't know. It doesn't seem like something a sane or insane man would try to do in reaction to this. Well, he's kind of having this limited omniscience as he's seeing everything below him as he falls. So he's going to try to aim himself towards the place where, a hay cart that someone's pulling with a donkey will be by the time he gets there.
And there is one like that.
And, he kind of senses like, it's not the way it's going, but that person's going to trip, and this is going to happen over there.
You're calculating it away and stuff, yeah.
This is Rube Goldberg. Rube Goldberg.
So basically, there's a pole sticking out of the wooden building. You're like, if I grab that pole, I can swing. And if I swing that way, I can get enough leverage to get inside that.
And then I'll hit the laundry line, and that person's going to trip, and that'll make the cart go off on one of the wheels. And there'll be hay right there.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Yeah. Some kind of playing into my madness talent there.
Right, so would that be a major or a minor?
I think that'd be a minor thing.
Okay, so that's less than 6.
Okay, so I guess I'm taking 4 madness dice.
Yep.
Because I'm thoroughly mad. There's 3 discipline, 2 exhaustion. I think another exhaustion because he just kind of gave up on trying to stay alive for a moment there.
Just remember that exhaustion can kill you. just let you know.
Well, yeah.
And you're still game involved. Still game time now. I got 1 success. But, oh my god, do I have pain going on here? With 3 sixes. I like how there's like 2 different sides of the dice. It's like, I failed, but fuck.
3 as well.
I have 2 6s in exhaustion and 4 successes and 1 success in madness. So that didn't happen.
Okay. I got 3 sixes in pain. So whatever happens is painful. You successfully got the pole, hit the line. You were like, oh yes, I'm going to make it.
I hit the side of the cart.
You hit the side of the cart.
With my face.
With your face. And your nose just busts open of blood. And it just litters around. And the guy in the cart doesn't stop. Just keeps going like nothing happened.
With his broken wheeled cart.
Yep.
I attacked the ground.
You might fall on the ground after that point. I don't know. Well, we'll say you're still in the cart with the bleeding, busted up nose.
Okay.
We're going to stop you there.
Alright. She went to the bank because she had to get out a large sum of money because she has to bail out her brother who's like a deadbeat drug addict.
And
there's this weird the guy who's robbing the bank is really bizarre, and she in her like empathic thing she's like she knows that there's something really.
Well, the bigger situation is you're in the middle of a fucking bank robbery. That's pretty peculiar on its own.
Yeah, it's pretty peculiar. And I need my money.
So, everybody on the ground! He says, with his, masked face. And everybody begins, oh no! And begins going on the ground.
Think it's the children.
Clerk is doing something weird. What is it? Yeah. Put the money in the bag. But instead of putting the money in the bag, she's doing something. That's weird.
She's kind of saying something under her breath to the robber.
What's she saying? God's gonna get you in the end.
No, she's with the robber. Like she's like implanted there, and she knew him, and she's helping him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see that they're together and they're robbing the place.
Yeah.
And she's putting the money into the bag. The robber gets the money and whatnot. But the alarm doesn't sell. There's no alarm.
Because she didn't pull the alarm.
She didn't, no. Also, the cop, there's a cop there, a security guard there, right? Looks at you and nudges his head as if expecting you to do something. Just looking at you like this.
And what you gonna do, but cracker?
I love that game. This guy.
Yeah.
Does he have a gun? The guy's robbing the bank.
Yes.
He has a
It
gun.
has a really good gun. Semi-automatic. Like high powered.
Okay. She carries a weapon with her in a belt.
Your character does?
Yeah. Well, no, it's actually up on her leg, like in her garter. She has
Okay.
like this tiny little gun, like this James Bond tiny little gun.
Okay.
So she,
Why does she have that?
because she's nobody would know from looking at her, but like her brother's into drugs. She's kind of into like coke and alcohol and everything.
Okay.
Like she's
What was it keeping her awake again?
she's paranoid.
Oh, yeah,
she's
that's
super paranoid about
Right, so
people.
she had the
And
gun
the
because-
cocaine might help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so he's telling you to do something. I know you're going to use that gun. Use that gun you have.
Okay, she pulls out.
He knows you have your gun. You have a gun. You don't know why he knows. But he knows you got a gun.
So I try to I get the gun out without
Yeah.
Buddy seeing because he's busy with the clerk
Oh,
and
yeah,
their
she'll
shovel.
say that, yeah.
Okay. And she kind of crawls over
Okay.
towards him,
Alrighty. And then he turns around.
and he turns around, and then I just try and shoot at him.
Okay. 16 dice.
So I'll put in an exhaustion.
Oh, exhaustion will be the bigger dice. This is
Yeah, so
madness.
here's an exhaustion. And don't forget, you keep that exhaustion forever.
Okay.
Until you use a hope to get rid of it.
And you're adding any madness, or
So that's your talent, your madness talent, or is it just
Madness
no.
you can add at all, but if you want to use your madness talent, then you gauge it by your...
And there's
That's
up to
your
3 of them.
you can have
that's
up...
permanent madness. That's
Yeah,
different.
don't worry about that. That's just if you snap. You haven't snapped yet.
Okay. I'll put one of my madness in there.
Okay.
Because she thinks that she tells her something weird about that guy anyway.
Okay.
So,
Something weird about that guy, hey? The interesting thing is
Okay. That's success.
2 successes.
you got 3
And-
successes.
And a 6.
And 6 in her madness.
Alright. I got 3 successes. So you're going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
And how many successes you have?
2.
That's right, how many 6s?
1.
Just 1 for madness? Okay. Alright, first of all, you fail. So, you go to draw the weapon and shoot, but you miss.
Okay.
You just shoot and it just shoots and it just hits the thing behind. The guy aims the gun at you. You hit a brick of madness as he's about to shoot you and kill you. So, response time. Fight or flight.
I have more in flight.
It's up to you, whichever one you want to use. You have to check one off.
She's desperate at this point. Fight.
So tell me what you do. He's about to shoot you with his gun. How are you going to fight?
So she was she kind of crawled over, so she's kind of hunched down. And she already shot the gun.
And then the guy's like, huh? What are you doing? And then, as he's about to pull the trigger, you're deciding to do something about it.
I could point the gun at the clerk. Who was with her.
Okay. In the hopes of what?
Threatening him that I'll kill her and shoot her.
Okay. Interesting. Alright, so he's like, I don't care about her.
He's kind of a dick.
The cop whispers something behind you. He knows your name. What's your name?
Anna.
Anna. And he's like, you run. Run, I'll take care of this, Anna.
Me? Run?
Go back to your house. Have your front door open.
He's a security guard.
That's what he says.
So does he? Is
He
he
says, don't
pointing
worry,
his gun
don't
now?
worry. My keys are in my vehicle outside. That's what he says.
Ooh. What's his vehicle? Okay.
The guy's like, what are you talking about? The guy's like, put the layoffs on his bullets.
Alright, I'll shoot him in the foot. And then I'll turn and run.
Okay, well, in hopes. So shoot him in the foot's going to be the same thing, pain of 6. And he's going to, let's shoot you back.
Ah. Slightly.
1, 2,
3 successes.
3,
4
4
successes.
successes.
Me
I have
too.
4. You have 4 as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
And 1 6.
So you succeeded, and 1 6 where?
Exhaustion.
Madness?
Exhaustion.
Exhaustion, okay. Well, your exhaustion wins, so add another exhaustion dice.
Madness. You need a big dice for exhaustion. Where are dice? Yes.
And you can tell me what happened. So you shoot him in the foot. his shots go off in the air, or go off radically, and the guard like watches, like, go use my car now.
Yeah, I shoot him in the foot. He's like, ah! And obviously his gun's not pointed at me anymore. And I just like dart out the door, and the security guard's on him.
Okay, you go to open up the door. All right, so we're good now. Everybody just opened the door except for you, who actually went through the door. Good. Finally. Okay, now continue on. You open up the door to the judge's place.
Yes.
And enter. You rush in.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're in a dark room and the door shuts behind you.
Oh, shit.
You suffer a concussion. And you wake up in an area that's dark. You ran outside, but it wasn't outside. And you ran into, it was just a dark room. And suddenly you look behind you and there's no door.
Like maybe there's like a cardboard cutout at the door. She opens the door. The cutout goes at the door, and she's running in the darkness, and she's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Then the door disappears behind her.
And you run into your neighbor's house, but you run into a dark room.
Oh no!
It's a room, it's okay.
But I can't tell if it's a room because everything's dark. I could be like outside in a void of blackness.
I don't know how I didn't catch on. You were linking us via doors. I'm an idiot.
That's the only way I can think about it. Okay. Everybody can see each other. But you all know each other somehow. Link your stories.
You're a secretary?
Yes.
Are you a secretary at a school or university?
Yeah, she's like more like a receptionist.
Okay, you're a college professor as well, right?
Yes.
Well, you're not a college professor.
I'm a math professor.
Math and
Of elementary school.
You just called
That's
me
right.
professor, because...
But I didn't say you all have to know each other.
Yeah.
Is that you know somebody.
Emily
You know
knows
somebody.
my son.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So, right now you're all in this room. Right now it just seems kind of dark. We're all just that situation that you just felt like when it happened. You're feeling it right now, and you do.
So we're all in the same dark room. And I see my
you
math teacher.
You see your math teacher. You see this person you haven't seen before, and you see this other one. You know her, right? That's how it works. No, you know each other because you're the secretary of her.
Okay.
Of her
university, or his university. So you've seen Craig, who is a professor of the university, and in this room, and so interact. What's going on?
Emily?
What's your last name?
Morov.
What?
Morov.
You probably say it in a childish way, be like,
Mr. M, Mr. M.
Emily? What are you doing here? It's all 13. I'm bleeding.
I'm older. 13.
I couldn't. There was no handles on my house, and so I broke the door on my neighbor's house. And you're not my neighbor. Why are you in my neighbor's house? And who are these people? I'm scared. I want to go home. Where's the bathroom? I need a pee.
I do not know the answer to any of these questions.
Why do you sound German? You have a Russian name.
I'm very bad at dialects.
As your eyes begin focusing, you can see light on the floor. But the light's coming from above. And it looks like, when you look up, it looks like grates.
What?
Grates. Like grate.
That isn't great.
Yeah.
So that looks
No,
like
not grates.
awesome.
No.
I'm going to start stumbling around the room.
Yeah,
walls.
it's wet everywhere. You can hear people now as your ears begin focusing, talking and stuff about you. And you just see like shadows every once in a while.
I don't know. Has anyone seen a kid about this tall, horrible liar?
Needs a smacking.
Needs a spanking.
Don't tell anyone I said that.
They wouldn't
No.
believe you anyways.
Yeah.
So, do you tell people about your child? Do they know about it, or is it all
Well,
secret?
it's just whatever
like
you know right now.
Asking around, you know.
I know. You know about the kid. Probably. Or do you? Do you know her
Do
well
I?
enough?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, do I?
Does she know you
do
well
people
enough?
in your department know about what's going on, or do you keep it a
Probably,
secret?
yeah, because I do have to skip work to do.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you know about the custody battle.
Okay, how's the trial? What the fuck? What were we? Yeah, and you'll never believe it, but I was just in a bank robbery. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
the trial is going pretty shitty at this point.
So Emily, at this point, I'm pretty sure is crying.
I think I'm acquitted.
She's lost and alone and doesn't know what's going on.
Why am I bleeding?
Oh, and she's bleeding. There's the bleeding going on.
Oh yeah, in her face.
All
She's not
right.
crying.
She's got wooden specks in her face.
I don't think she's crying openly. I think she's just there's a lot of
Shaking.
tears and she's
Yeah.
sort of sitting in the corner quietly.
She's basically, you do see sticks of wood in her face. She just did that. She just literally went boom, sticks in face, opened up the door.
And,
So there's still
ran in.
fresh wound.
How about okay? My character gets some tweezers and a Kleenex out of her purse and goes to help the little girl.
There. I'll get the tweezers out.
Emily holds very still while you attempt to remove the wooden splinters.
Alrighty. So,
How did we get in here?
I went through a door.
I went through a door.
there's no door
And there's
here.
this weird ass security guard.
From what you can tell right now, is that the area that you're to seems to be closed in. There's walls on each side of you. But the grate isn't that high. It's high enough that if one person got on another person's shoulders, you might be able to reach it.
I have a child here. Someone can probably lift her.
This says the big muscular man.
Yeah.
Somebody else.
So your intention is to lift up the small child and stuff her through a grate.
So what was your path again?
My path is I have this trailer trash family, and my brother's a deadbeat. I'm trying to be a good person, a normal person.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're trying to prove to the world that you're
Yeah.
a good person.
Oh man, in this situation,
Yeah. This is really distressing her.
I'm normal. Now help me fight the monster.
Well, okay then.
Hear that voice again from inside the house, but it's coming from the grate above you, and as you can see a shadow look of a face. You're my baby. Okay. Come on, you can get out of here.
Do we hear
Come
the
on.
voice or just him? Her.
Everybody can,
Yes.
but it's kind of in the mingle of voices and footsteps, so it's sort of in the background.
That's creepy.
I'm not a baby.
But you definitely recognize the voice, though. It's emanating from deep within your past. You've heard it before. But
Mommy?
come on, girl.
Well, Emily's going in. Give me a boost up. Going in the crate.
Emily's boost!
Well, she's 13. She's not retarded. Well,
Alright.
Wow.
If you want, I suppose I could help boost you up, see what's going on up there.
so I'm gonna try and get in the grate.
Do you
Okay.
have some bandages?
Yeah, I was patching her up,
Okay.
so I gave her
Anybody helping you?
Well,
Can any of them reach?
I'm willing to help because I am tall and muscular.
Okay.
I'm helping Emily because she's a student of mine. I guess I should help students of mine. Maybe.
thinking this is a very bad idea. We shouldn't put the little girl in this situation. It's not very nice.
Bad ideas are what horror RPGs are all about.
Now,
And
here,
fiasco.
let's split up and go look around.
In our underwear.
So you're going to try to open up the grate?
Yes.
And who's putting you on the
I'm
shoulder?
sort of boosting.
Okay. No problem. Put 6 pain. That's standard. Because people are walking on the grate, and you hear a voice, and it's very close to you now.
Why do I have additional exhaustion dice in here?
That's hers. She has a... Keep in mind, you have 2 extra exhaustion.
3D
You
madness?
might want to write that down.
Yeah, 3D madness.
That's how you're rolling. And your madness, using your madness talent to break in, break out, take that.
Yes. Well, do I get something for my madness talent?
No, not really. It's just something you can do exceptionally well. Normally you can't spend more than 6 unless
Oh, I see. Okay. I get 4 successes.
you... 2 successes. 2 sixes.
And I have 1 6 in madness and 1 6 in
Discipline.
Better start spending the dice. So,
pain.
So, you get the grate open, but it falls. Just clumps you in the head, and your head starts. You have like a gaping wound on top.
Jesus, I just patched this girl up. What the fuck?
Emily's going through the pain.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just kind of look up.
Yep.
In your blurred vision, you're able to pick out an image of a head, of a face, and then something's not there anymore. Once you're focused, you just hear people like walking above you. They don't even notice there's something wrong. Like, well, they do, sort of. One guy, like the couple of them look inside, like looking in the hole and stuff, and you're beginning to
Just
stop.
realized I'm playing the dude who has omniscience as a power, and he has no idea what's going on.
Maybe you should have tried to think before we sent the innocent little girl up there.
Are you okay up there?
You can pull yourself up.
Yeah, I will pull myself up.
Yep. When you pull yourself up, you just see like people. Looks like they're different time setting stuff. Some people look like they're from like the 1920s. Like
They're anachronistic.
yeah, everybody has different.
Some
clothes.
people look like grandma, some people look like mommy.
And like, it's weird because there's a couple casual individuals there, like they have casual clothes and stuff, but they all seem to be just walking or doing a certain task. There's some people that are vendors that are just selling stuff, and they don't seem to have anything on their tables. They just seem to be vendor stand, but nothing there to sell. You see an individual pretty far away holding up a newspaper, and it says, "Extra, extra, read all about it."
Well, I'm going to use my madness power
Okay.
to create a rope.
Okay.
Oh,
I
wait,
thought
sorry,
that
no,
was your friend.
I did
Yeah,
a
you
friend
did a
one.
friend, yeah.
Oh.
What else? What are you guys doing down there in the hole? So she's up and
I'm
out
sorta
now.
Looking up, trying to see, what's going on up there.
Yeah.
Are you
Just-
alright?
You hear a voice in the thing saying nothing's alright.
There's people, but they're dressed like all old and weird.
Ring, ring. You hear like a little bell as the thing kind of passes by.
I'm gonna jump up and try to catch the edge of the the hole and
You can do it.
pull
You know,
myself
I
up.
could lift
You can do that. It's
Oh.
fine. You can jump up there. You can get out of the hole.
Was I just here? I think I was just here.
Yeah. In fact, if anything,
My head
this
hurts.
seems to be like exactly where you would have landed. But from what you recall is, you hit the side of the thing. You kind of passed out. Well, not quite passed out. You can sort of remember that you fell off the thing, but you fell off the thing and you missed the road somehow.
I'm going to try and climb up too.
And then you fell. You
I'm
finally see.
surprised you
Can
can
you
use
give
it
me a
for someone
boost
with a
up there?
concussion.
Yes, sure.
Because I'm going to, lean up and put a hand down,
Yeah.
try to get these guys up.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You get them up.
Yay.
So, let's see. About you want to prove yourself as a
I want to prove to myself that I'm not a failure.
okay, and you want to prove that you're a good person.
Normal. She was
Normal person.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I'm the best.
you're the best, but your path is you want to find your son, right? Was it? Or no, it wasn't.
Well, I want to get my son and prove
Right.
to everyone that I am the best.
Right. Well, get your son. That's definitely
Well,
one thing.
that's up there.
And yours was to find your parents, right? All right. Okay. So,
I'm sensing a connection here.
yeah.
I'm a
Are you
daughter.
my son? Do I have to have a serious talk with you?
Dressing up in women's clothing. Yeah?
I'm a little girl
Okay.
with a horrible genetic illness.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
So if you are my daddy, you're a jerk.
Well, we already knew that anyway.
Yeah, I was like. So what do? You just seen or had a really good inkling that your mom was around here, but now the crowd is sort of out of everything, and almost like it's.
And
Just-
why is it the Great Gatsby in here? I don't understand. What you said?
It was like no, it's different. Like some people are dressed up like 1920s, some people are dressed up like 1960s. It's just there's no relevance to the people. There's
Is there
no
anyone running around in animal pelts?
sure.
Cave people.
Well, no, not that old. No.
We're in a movie set.
1920s. 2020, I think it's the latest.
We're in like Universal Studios.
Something like that, yeah. It's almost like everybody looks like they're actors, but they're not.
I'm going to go walk up to a vendor. What are you selling?
It's a rent fair.
Or we could just be going.
Would you like some confidence, sir? Get some confidence right here.
I can use some confidence. What does it cost?
Confidence? Well, let's see.
What type of confidence? Liquid? Drink?
Yeah, it's a drink, yeah. So it's basically, he puts down this drink, and it just has the thing written on it. It says confidence.
How strong is this?
Well, I mean, I always sell the best wares, he says. However, there's always a cost, of course.
And, cost?
Well, I've been sort of hoping for despair, he says. So if you have any of that to share, and he hands you a bottle.
Cry into the bottle.
Despair or confidence? I know not these brands. I cannot help you.
Me can't help me. We have a bargain here, he said. Give me despair, and I'll give you confidence.
How do I give you despair?
Your parents never loved you.
I am a worthless man.
He just takes the bottle away. Get out of here. I don't know what you are, but you don't belong here. Basically, just shuts the shutter.
I don't expect better for myself.
Aww. See, that might have been good enough. It's like we had the bottle, it would have been full. They're like, oh, what's going on here? Where did this come from?
Alright.
So,
Well, I think Emily's going to walk up to one of the shop owners and say, "Have you seen my mommy?"
and the shop owner has got a big mustache. And he's got curly hair and one of those little hats, plaid hats. And he's got like a leather sort of thing on his head, right? Like the goggles, like pilot goggles, old aviation goggles.
Aviation goggles.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that the little girl? He says.
Yes, I'm looking for my mom.
Oh, your mom. Well, let's go look for your mom. He just grabs your hand. Where did you see your mom last?
She was a floating head over there.
And he's like, he lets go of your hand. He's like, over there, you say? Good luck on that. He says. And he's just like, you don't want to go over there. That's where all the nightmares are.
She's not one for crying. At least not openly.
Well, she's a fighter.
Yeah.
And now's when she suddenly realizes we're beneath the sky. Outside.
Yeah, you're outside for sure.
Wait, we're outside?
Yeah.
No, it's not
I
really.
thought this was like an indoor market or something.
You came up in the sewer.
Oh, shit. Well, then I think she's going to try and hide in the nearest stall and or crate.
Well, there's an open door in one of the buildings.
She's running into it.
Perfect.
I think my character, Sergei, has decided to follow Emily. She's a student. It's his responsibility, right?
Right.
She's also a little girl, and I like how none of you guys are looking after the little girl.
Well, to be fair, my
You run into the door, right? And you see a glimpse on the corner of your eye of hair that you've seen earlier, almost like the hair shape, right? Up the stairs.
I charge up the stairs.
Okay. You wait here to go find this little girl, and immediately when you walk in, you just hear thump, 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 thump to your left,
And to my left is...
and there's stairs.
I go down the stairs.
Okay. You're upstairs, and find yourself in a room, and the figure is standing there, put his back onto you.
I'm scared.
Seems to be, yeah.
I think she's going to have she's going to subconsciously use her power.
Okay.
Can she do that? Not actively.
Sure. Yeah.
A little dog is
Okay.
going to appear beside her.
Okay.
Yay.
A little Westie.
So she basically just a little dog appears.
Yep.
Right.
So she can hug it to her chest.
What's the intention now?
Don't
Just to
know.
have a.
Well, now there's just a dog beside her. She's not really sure where it came from, but it
Okay.
makes her feel better.
Okay.
It makes her more confident.
come here and say hello to mommy. And she turns and she has these rigid teeth and her mouth is gaping open wide. And it's definitely not your mother.
Well, for all you...
I'm going to throw the dog at it.
Maggoty yellow teeth, and he begins rushing at you, but the legs don't move. It's just floating, and the mouth is just going towards you.
I'm going to throw the dog at it.
Further as she comes closer.
Yeah. Throw the dog at it?
Yes.
It's a nightmare.
I'm going to attack it with my dog.
It has 8 pain. It's a nightmare. These nightmares can have up to 16, so I'm being very lenient right now.
I'm using my madness ability. Madness!
Eat this dog!
My dog's gonna get big though. Yeah, I'm gonna make my dog big and have it attack them. Because I'm like a shitty
From
little
Westie to a
girl.
husky, does he?
I'd say more like a big mutant wolf thing, but yes. Because I'm using a lot of madness dice.
Fenrir.
So it's basically like... Yeah, it's Fenrir. It's just huge and trying to eat her. I will name him Toto.
Or Candace.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes and 2 sixes.
One in madness, one in exhaustion.
1 in madness, 1 in exhaustion. So exhaustion wins.
Yes, so I get a permanent exhaustion dice now?
Yeah. Alright, so...
Well, so I gain an exhaustion dice.
So, yeah. So, you succeed. So the dog turns into this larger dog.
Well, a big wolf monster thing.
It makes you tired. You get exhausted from using and it takes a big chunk out of the nightmare. It just loses half of its body and stuff. And the dog just kind of like rips it apart. But like instead of ripping like blood and stuff, it like rips like black ooze. Kind of just comes off. And it just squeals in pain. And you can hear this squeal from above. However, I'll explain what happens to you in a second.
Sure.
And it just begins running away.
You're not my mommy!
What happens to the dog?
Stranger danger!
Dog goes back to being a little Westie.
Okay.
It's hanging around now.
It's just hanging around.
This is my pet dog. I named it Toto.
It's got like a little black marks on its mouth from taking the hunk out of it.
I think some of its fur is now just, like around its mouth, it's now just become permanently black. Like its fur has changed color when it can't turn back into a Westie.
Okay.
It's a little white Westie with like black speckles around its mouth.
Aww.
You.
I think the first thing that happens is I step the last step of the stairway, hear the scream from upstairs,
Yep.
wheel around and there's no more stairs.
Okay. Except for that doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
I have to check off one of my responses, right?
Yes. Oh no, did you do madness? No, it was exhaustion. It's fine.
That's right.
Exhaustion's fine.
Okay.
You just have to permanent exhaustion. It's off the exhaustion there. You turn to go up the stairs, but then you hear, "Can't save her. She's never done for." You see a man in a hat, cigarette. Oh, you hear the voice of the man in the cigarette.
No, I don't see him, I hear him.
You hear him.
Doesn't matter, she's my responsibility.
But wasn't your job littered with responsibilities? And look what you got for it. You never got anything. You just failed. You're a failure. You'll just fail again if you go up there. Just be worse off. You'll be dead.
Better that I die trying.
That's depressing.
Depressing characters.
He has like a martyr complex or something.
That's pretty much how I define the character, yeah.
Okay. Well then, and the man says, "I won't let you try." And he snaps something, like sounds like a clink or something.
Oh.
And the stairs flatten out.
Is there still a hole in the ceiling?
Well, it's a hole in the ceiling, but the stairs are still leading up, but the stairs are flattened now.
Oh,
They're like
slope.
a slope now, but it's a steep slope.
I think perhaps my character is a little younger than 13 the way I play her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe she's about 8.
Or maybe you're a very frightened 13.
Like a brain dead 13.
Well, if you don't have that much social interaction because you're agoraphobic and all that stuff.
Could be. Stunted.
I'm gonna make her 9. 9 is more reasonable.
Yeah, I still have no idea how old my son is. Like,
I'm horrible at
It's
guessing
generic.
people's ages based on the way they act. So
young, but not
Young.
young.
He's young, you know. That age.
Young enough to be bribed with a trip to Disneyland. Old enough to be a horrible, horrible person.
I guess what my character is doing is just a simple, going a bit back so he can run up the stairs.
You won't be able to do what he says. You can't make it. Don't even try. And that's 6 dice.
Okay, so it's 3 depression, 3 exhaustion, no madness. He's not very mad in doing this.
Well, it's madness, not mad. It means like insanity, right?
Yeah, I mean,
determination. Determination is basically what it is.
Well, I guess he has no determination. He's kind of doing this because of responsibility, not because what he should do.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Sure. 2 successes.
3 successes and an exhaustion in 6.
6? Okay. Then that's it. That's exhaustion.
Fuck.
But you make it up there. And when you make it up, the stairs return to normal. And you're able to make it up to where the little girl is. You guys meet each other on top of the stairs. You two. Where are you two? You're aside.
Okay.
Yep.
My character is in denial. She's like, she goes up to people and she's like, I need to know where the exit is. I need to get to the parking lot. Somebody said there was a car waiting for me.
They're like, you're in the parking lot.
Fuck.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, well, there is a car, but it's like a crank car.
What's Model T?
The Model T's.
Bucket T. It's Bucket T.
Bucket T. What about you? What do you do? I
I'm
guess
sort
you're
of,
together.
looking around, trying to get my bearings and possibly find my son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, it looks to be a man in a police officer uniform has a child in his hand, and he seems to be walking away from it.
Does it look like my child?
It's about the same size, yeah. But it's wearing a hat. The hat, however, is something that you gave him. Something that looks similar to what you gave your son for his birthday.
What kind of hat did you give first?
Yeah, what kind of hat was it?
Really cool baseball cap, because that's what all the kids today like.
Okay. What was the baseball team of?
Ice caps all the way.
Sure. Alright, cool.
I know.
Ice Caps are a hockey team.
Whatever.
Okay.
It's a hockey team.
It's a hockey cap.
It don't matter.
We have a hockey team on baseball.
Could be an Ice Caps baseball team. We don't know. It's a different world than us.
Anyway, so I just start after them. Simon!
They don't pay attention to you, and the crowds begins kind of bumping into each other and stuff as you're going through. You're still going to keep rushing it?
Oh yeah, trying to elbow my way through.
Alright. Crowd seems to get bigger and bigger, almost like they're pushing you away, and it gets thicker and thicker as they get further away. It's 8 pain. 2 successes.
3 successes and 2 sixes.
Okay, no 6.
1 in madness, 1 in exhaustion. So
Yes.
exhaustion.
So exhaustion wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I think it is, right? Is that what I said before? Uh-huh. Discipline, exhaustion, madness, right?
Yeah.
So another exhaustion dice. So you succeed then, right?
yep.
So you push your way through the crowd, and
And she gets to police officer and Simon. Stop me if you don't like this. And he says, Simon. Police officer turns to the little boy and he says, you know that guy? And the boy turns around not that you can see his face, but just enough to look at him. He says, no idea who that is.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll do that. All right. Is it Simon? No.
Damn straight it's Simon.
It is. Okay.
Yeah. It's totally Simon.
Simon Belmont?
All right. So it's Simon, and the police officer's like, "You must be crazy or something," and he's like, "He doesn't recognize you."
No, I'm not crazy. This is my son. He's just playing a game or something.
I don't know who you are.
Come on, Simon.
Take me away from this bad man.
Take me away from this person. Yeah.
I need an adult. I
I am an adult.
I'm all the adult you need, baby.
The police officer doesn't have a face. Shadowed.
Ah.
It looks very similar to what I see before. Talking to you. And goes to turn away with the kid.
Simon, what are you doing? Come on, stop playing.
I don't know who you are. That's what he says. Take me back to the station. That was fun, he said.
Don't do whatever you're going to do to my child.
Okay, well, are you doing anything though? Or you're just gonna let him walk away? Like,
I'll sort of like start after them, you know.
yeah, it's
Mom.
true. After well, you're gonna follow him.
Yes.
Alrighty. What do you do?
Everyone's gone now.
Yeah, you're by
Everyone's
yourself.
left me.
You're by yourself talking to random people. About where's the parking lot? Not here. Talking to. Well, these two are together, and you're by yourself. You see her dashing off, but I mean, that's
Her.
Him.
Yeah,
Him.
him. Yeah, him.
It.
Okay, I follow him.
You do follow him?
Yeah. Because I'm lost and no one is talking sense, so I might as well
Yeah.
stick to the people I know, and I know him.
Okay. Well, he's talking to a kid, and did you ever see the kid before?
Yeah, I've seen her son. He brought his son to work. Parent teacher day.
Teacher day,
Yeah.
okay.
And like, I always have photos and stuff too.
Yeah, or bring your child to work.
I have his
whatever.
face tattooed
Yeah,
on my arm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not a very good tattoo.
no, it's not. You can't.
It's not a real tattoo.
It's not a real tattoo, that's right. So you get there, and like it's a kid. The kid is his kid, and the kid doesn't recognize him. And now he's just watching. He's just chasing after the cop, like trying to explain the situation, and the cop's getting irritated. See?
Man, you gotta take better care of your kid. Your kid is just a bad kid. He's just winding you up. I'm sure he knows who you are.
I turn to her. Simon is not a bad kid. He's just playing a game.
Yeah, a game that involves cops.
He's not bad, he's trouble.
This is all my ex-wife's doing, I'm sure. She probably put him up to this.
You did this, Lucy.
I want to be a cop just like you, he says.
No, you don't. He's weird and creepy.
Did you just call the cop weird and creepy to his face?
He doesn't have a face. It's okay.
It doesn't seem to recognize for some reason, and just keeps walking. If you keep chasing after him, he eventually gets to a station, like a police station from like really old days. The big clock, and the clock face of the clock has 13 hours on it. However, the last few minutes are ticking. Hour.
Ooh.
As you get closer to the station.
I sort of slow down a bit, noticing the weird clock thing going
Okay.
on, and
Take me out of here, he says. I don't like it when the boogeyman comes out.
Boogeyman? What boogeyman?
Alright, guys.
Boogeyman!
You two are in the... Actually, no. Before you do that, you two again. So what do you guys do? Anything? Because the kid's going to go in the station with the...
Well, I say you go up and grab that little brat by the arm and drag him along. You gotta be firm with that kid. He's disciplined.
Well, I suppose if you say so. I walk up, grab his other arm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
Getting
you're...
pretty agitated at this point.
So basically you're just trying to...
Come on, Simon, it's time to stop playing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When you start tugging on him, he's, I'm tired. He seems to be getting really tired and stuff, and the other guy's not letting go. And he looks at you, and face is a clock, and it has 13 hours on it. And it's ticking in sync with the clock above.
I let go of Simon's arm in shock. Holy shit, what the hell?
He takes out that baton, that little bit of blood sticking on the end.
Yeah.
And as he does that, you hear the gonging of the 13th hour. And you notice around you now that all the doors are suddenly shut in all the other houses. And
Are there still people around, or
not anymore.
not anymore?
Except for the officer, your kid, and the door that you're right at now is pretty much the station door. You see other clock figures coming up, 3 others, all carrying their weapons. There's one in the back of it with a grandfather clock face, and that one seems to be bigger than the others, and he has a bigger baton. And take me home, Officer Talk. That's what your kid says. So this is what you see right now, and they're all basically approaching you. You're trying to take your kid in.
Yeah.
And you're trying to do what?
I sort of back away when I see like all the officers coming off. I'm a good dad, but I'm not that good.
Okay, and you have 3 exhaustion as well.
And 3
So what are you doing? Running away or?
just like sort of like getting out of range at the very least, and
All right. Well, they're going to take your kid.
Yes, they are going to take
Okay. So the kid goes in.
Yeah.
And the 3 officers come out. And they just approach you. They approach both of you, like, with their weapons.
Oh.
Like, they're going to club you.
This is really all your fault.
I think I just had some bad weed or something. I'm not. That's not right.
Something's not right.
I don't remember smoking. Well, something bad. It must be really bad.
So what we're going to do is, both of you are going to roll your stuff. And then whoever has the best rolls gets an array.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So that's 3 officers. So that's
And 3 madness.
9 dice. You don't add it up together.
Yeah.
So you're each are separate. And you're adding madness dice?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm too.
3.
And I have 2 exhaustion too, right? Yes.
Yeah,
Or 2 something.
You had 2 exhaustion, but you added 1, and you got another 1, so you actually have 4 exhaustion. Because you had a 6 9 exhaustion. You should have that written down somewhere.
Yeah.
So you have 2
2
plus your
extras.
2.
Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
1, 2, 3. And what are you doing? Just trying to survive and get away, or
Yeah.
get them down, or
Survive and get away,
get away?
pretty much.
So what are you doing? Survive or get away? What are you doing?
I want to start smashing some clocks. That's
Okay, you're just beating up the clock man.
It's like Captain Hook and
Cool,
yeah.
no problem. So I've got 3 successes.
I've got 6 successes and...
A 6 in exhaustion.
A 6 in exhaustion? Okay.
I have 5 successes. She wins.
Right, but how many 6s in one?
1. I have 1 6, and it's in
Exhaustion.
Yeah.
Alright, and I have 2 successes in pain. So, I'm going to start using those pretty soon. Painful. You smash the clocks. Bang, smash.
Glass shards.
With your no.
Okay,
It's
go on.
not going to be physical pain. That's not. Suddenly, so basically you smash them up. What do you use to smash them up with? Did you actually succeeded, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but she succeeded as well, so I'll let her.
I just like kick and punch them.
Alright, so you make a crack on one of the face of the cops. And the other one's coming after you, and you're able to sort of like start running away. But as you begin running away, you hear like a buzzing noise. And you hear a scream, a child scream. I want mommy! I want mommy, yeah.
What about Daddy?
And then something is, Craig! Oh, is it Craig? Craig, help me! Because he never calls you back Dad, I guess. I don't know. That's weird, but maybe Daddy. Maybe. But anyways, you hear like a buzzing, like... like, almost like flesh being cut open or something.
Ah!
Well, that's distressing. Not a sound you want associated with your children.
Yes.
Which is
well,
why that's the pain dice.
Well, in that case, while that's going on, while she's like beating up all the clock officers, I'm just like running towards the station now. I'm a bad dad.
You only see one figure there, and that's the figure that has that grandfather clock and standing in the doorway.
Yes.
And hit a ticking talk of his thing.
Get out of my way! I need to get my son. My son's in there.
He just closes the door.
Is it locked? Can I open it?
Well, it's up to you. He's on his way to close the door, so you can put your foot in the door if you wanted to, right?
Well, I'll sort of like put... Is it closing like inwards or outwards?
It's closing this way, so...
Alright, well I'm just gonna push out, because...
Okay.
Yeah.
Is you gonna push him and everything out of the way? Like, you're trying to do it like... So you
Yeah, just like push through.
push through? Okay. Alright, well, Officer Talk is a 12 pain dice, so 1, 2, 4, 5, 6...
Sounds like a good time to use your madness
Yes.
talent.
Well, my exhaustion
Use
talent.
exhaustion talent.
What's your exhaustion talent?
The heavy lifting.
That's fine, you
But
can use it for powering through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Heavy
power
lifting
lifting, we'll call it.
sideways.
We'll call it power lifting. That way you can sort of use it in terms of when power is required.
Alright, so...
Seriously, out of my way! Push through.
Okay,
Out of your body. You're smashing up clocks.
Yeah, I'm smashing. I found like
You're a good person
crowbar
that's normal.
and
Smash up clocks. That's good though.
They're not. They don't
They're not
belong
normal,
there,
so
so
then
I'm
they
smashing
belong.
them.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Alright, so what do I add to
does
the
make sense.
exhaustion talent? Or
Well, an exhaustion talent, well, it's whatever your exhaustion talent is. Exhaustion talents. Right, so we need to know exactly what they do. Oh, good question. I don't know.
The character's path is to not see himself as a failure, but it's seeing himself as a failure that's keeping him awake.
You have an interesting, weird dilemma going on there.
Yeah.
Bit of a paradox. Right, there's an area here that tells me this. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really work, but I feel bad for everybody else.
With games that have big groups, I find it's always a good idea to bring portable entertainment.
yeah, knitting is what everyone should do.
Yeah, I should have brought my knitting.
I find the more you game and GM with groups, the better you become at managing it. Like, Sean became really good with Seven Skies.
Oh yeah.
But this is my second time playing this. So it's
Swashbucklers of the Seven Skies.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, and our group is always splitting off, and eventually he just found the perfect way to do it. He's a really good storyteller too, so.
Yeah.
well, it says here that if you use an exhaustion talent, it means that you are supernaturally good at it. You may add an exhaustion dice if you wish.
Additional to the normal free one.
Talents of exhaustion have minor or major function, both of which require the character to operate at some level of exhaustion. The player may opt to increase the character's exhaustion once per scene, and thus if he hasn't, may do so immediately prior to using the talents. But yeah, you can add an exhaustion if you wish.
Okay, so we're only supposed to add exhaustion if it relates to our exhaustion talent.
Yeah, so it looks like, yeah.
Okay, we'll do that from now on.
Yeah.
I'm guessing madness would be the same way.
You have to use your madness talent.
You have to use your madness talent to add madness. So,
Okay.
yeah, I thought it was a little different. But it says here... Oh, well. Oh, you got scars, don't you? You should write those down. The wounds that you take?
Okay.
You should write those down. I forgot about
So
that.
my broken
So, like,
nose is a scar now?
Yeah,
Yes,
scars
sure.
down here are basically the pain that you take. Right? And you've got a scar, but it's an emotional scar. Probably suffering like your children. Your child's in your desperation is probably a scar for you at this point. Sorry, so yes. So, you can add an exhaustion test if you wish.
I will.
Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
You've succeeded, not her.
Okay, so that's 6 successes.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes and 2 exhaustion sixes.
Yeah, so you're exhausted again. And the door actually does close, and you find yourself rolling down the stairs on your ass.
That's a lot of pain dice.
Yeah, there was a lot. Officer talk. Just a lot of dice. So you just find yourself on the ground, like your ass down, and the sound of the voice is just like almost like soundproof walls or something, because as soon as the door shut, the screaming stops. But you sort of catch a glimpse in the corner of your eye, because they're almost like doing it in the back room, of like, I know, of your child.
What shitty police officers?
of your kid, and they're like cutting off something
Ah,
around his shoulders and neck area.
he needs that. He's using that. Pretty cool.
But you just see blood spraying everywhere. The door shuts.
I get up and start like hammering on the door.
All right, so you just finished up knocking down one cop, and then the other two just look at each other and like kind of look at like in fact they just cracked open one of the cops and the little spring comes out of his face.
It's all very humorous.
Yeah. And it just falls over. Then they just look at you. What do you do?
Wait, I could just say, like, I'm sorry, I'm really confused. I just need to know how to get out of here. Where's... Where?
You hear her talking to the cops in the background. You do it at the end.
Yeah.
The door doesn't seem to be moving at all, but I mean, keep banging on it, and alright, back to you guys.
Okay.
Give you guys something to do. Alright, so, you guys are upstairs, you hear a gong. Dum, 13 gongs.
Everything's safe and let's get out of here.
She wasn't my mommy. Come on, Toto. We're going back downstairs.
Where did little doggy come from?
This is Toto. He's my friend.
Okay. Friends are good.
Guys are gone.
It's nice to meet you, Toto. Where are we going from here?
Well, she's not going back outside again.
Right.
Where there are creepy rapist men. And a sky.
I guess I'm going to look out the windows and look down at the street. Is everyone still in the street? I guess not.
No. However, you see a building like in the middle of the town.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the gates open up. Well, you don't hear that, but the gates just open up. There's big doors and the gates open up.
How far away is it?
It's where you're located to. The street just goes on and on and on, and you just see this building, and it looks like it has like a door that opens up at the end of the street. But by the shape of the building, because the shape almost like a plus sign, and it's almost like there's 4 doors.
Okay.
Going down this street.
Are there any boxes or crates lying around where there used to be stalls?
No.
Not going outside.
Probably carry her.
Emily, we have to go outside to get out of here.
No!
What would you have us do, Emily?
Die horribly, apparently.
Want my mommy.
Where's my other dice?
I ate them.
Cool.
They probably might.
Oh,
That one's yours.
that's fine, yes. Okay, well, keep it over there if it helps you track. It's just
No,
it's
I've
still
got
there.
my own here.
Cool.
I don't know why yours is over there.
Hey, grab it close. Okay. Let's see, what are we doing, Emily? What are we doing? I guess we look around the rest of the house. Try to find the man with the scar and get him to explain what's going on.
Alright, Ben Scare's not there anymore.
Not even in the basement?
No.
The house is just empty.
That was empty.
Empty house, Emily. We should find somewhere else. There's nothing here, and a scary lady who is not your mother. We should leave.
I want to go inside.
Do I know she's agoraphobic? Has it ever come up?
Well, you're my teacher. I imagine
I'm
you
pretty
know.
sure.
I mean, I refuse to go outside.
During recess time, you're right. I guess I would know.
I, sprint from the bus to my house, which makes me imagine I sprint from the school to the bus. I imagine it's come up that I am terribly agoraphobic.
Why isn't she in therapy or something? Why doesn't it try to... Never mind.
She's got shitty adoptive
You
parents.
see, if you look at the window, you see one person, right? And down on the street, and he seems to be kind of paranoid looking back, but he seems to be trying to make his way into the open door of the building.
Can I open up the windows?
Seems to be trying to open up doors, but he can't.
Can I open up the window?
Sure, the window would open like blind does.
Thanks.
Hello down there.
He turns and hears the voice. Let me in! Let me in!
Can I open up the door?
Emily's
the front
running
door?
downstairs to open the door.
Okay. Alright. The door opens up and the scared man begins running towards where you are, and you see him running towards. So he puts his breath is out of it, and then suddenly he looks over his shoulder and makes it inside. And he seems to be very sweating a lot. And he's a guy with a mustache. The aviation hat that you've seen earlier.
Hey, mister.
He's like, close the door.
What?
The nightmares.
What nightmares? Don't be silly. You can't see nightmares. We're awake.
He goes to close the door. That one really?
No.
He closes the door, and then he's looking around and almost like he's panicking a little bit, like for chairs or fiddling with the chair. Looking out the window and stuff.
Excuse me, what's happening here?
They got me on the headline. Heard my name.
Don't be afraid, mister. Nightmares can't hurt you. They're just pretend, even though they're scary.
Remember there was someone saying extra, extra, and he was like headline? So it has something to do with newspapers.
Emily's 8. She
Okay.
doesn't read newspapers.
Never mind.
They called my name.
What does it mean if they call your name? Why are you going to die?
They got my name. They told me.
Don't be silly, mister.
I'm sorry, someone with a magnification is trying to.
I'm sorry, does the
I thought my
mafia
dog
run the
tore it apart.
paper?
Worse.
I have Toto, I'm safe.
I got the paper boys. Their news headquarters. Whatever story they print, it comes true.
Like the weatherman.
The tax man's gonna get me.
That's nonsense. It's perfectly safe. Emily's opening the door and hesitating, but walking outside.
When you walk inside, you see a group of figures walking towards you. Their faces are covered in what looks to be nails coming out of their face.
So like the Hellraisers?
And tax stuff, yeah.
Or Xenobites, that's what they're called. Xenobites.
Much like that, yeah. Let's see here. I can give you a bit more. In fact, right. Yes, so their heads are lined with pins.
Xenobites.
Yeah.
Look to peek out.
And they all have like black leather on. So.
Mister, call an ambulance. These guys look hurt.
I'm going to poke my head out the door.
Yeah, this is what you see.
See these guys,
You see 3 of them.
grab Emily, drag her back inside,
Yeah.
and close the door.
Alright?
But you just
I'm a cowardly little man. These people don't look nice.
They're going to get me. The tax man's going to get me. I shouldn't have. You.
Pac-Man.
Tax man. T-A.
Tax.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Mister. Toto will protect us.
He gives you like a sheet
And
of
my
paper.
little dog yips.
Gives you a sheet of paper.
This is only glyphs.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
When you hold it like a certain way, you see something. you see something like a map on it.
Like a what?
A map, and it leads to the bazaar. But inside it's a map of that area. Like it looks like the shape of the building that's across.
Okay, so it's non-Euclidean.
Yeah, but the door starts knocking, well, banging more or less.
Like on the map?
No, as in the door that you guys closed.
Sorry.
Got some sort of crazy Marauders map shit going on there.
Marauders map?
Harry Potter.
Oh.
You don't
The door should be
You should read it.
banging.
It's fun.
hate it. Potter.
I'm trying to determine if Jason's reading or saying something.
No, I'm telling you, yeah, the door is banging. Like they're going to get through the door.
I'm opening the door.
Emily, no. I push Emily's side, grab a chair, and wedge it under the thing. And all the cookies are gone, so I didn't waste anything. Okay.
Don't be silly, Mr. M. Those guys look hurt. We should help them.
You see, like, you hear a chop, like a thudding noise.
Knocking.
It's sort of like knocking, but it's more like you actually hear like a chopping thud at the same time, almost like something hard just being smashed against the.
Okay, let's all run upstairs. There must be an attic. You'll find the attic.
Are you gonna say? Are you gonna help me? Gonna help me?
Why not?
All right, let's go. Let's do whatever. All right, go to the attic. I can do the attic. Yeah, the attic. Yeah. So he just begins following you. So you're hiding away.
Yep. And that's my flight. I'm a very flighty character.
As you begin hiding away, the door busts open, and you can. Well, you don't see it, because you're up in the attic. But you hear the when the door just busts open.
I scream a little bit.
Are you upstairs in the attic? No, you're
No.
staying down there. You're staying down.
I'm going to be dragging Emily along with me. No?
Well, then you're against each other. I don't know how that works. So we're going to choose. You're resisting him. So we're going to do a pain for that. So I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dice, and you both roll your dice. And whoever gets the most successes gets to narrate what to do. And then the pain is just for the situation that you're
For
in.
the fun of it.
Well, the situation that they're in, right?
Okay.
2 exhaustion dice.
4 exhaustion. 3 discipline.
I'm going to summon up my friends, Kevin and Gina, and they will help me.
Kevin and Gina.
Kevin and Gina are my friends from school.
Oh, interesting.
Now, whether or not they're actual people in school or just imaginary friends,
I would say they're
is
more like-
unclear.
I say that. Oh, okay, I see.
It's sort of interesting how you're
Like-
talking to him like you would talk to a little girl. I sort of noticed that's happening.
Yeah.
Kevin and Gina are my friends.
So I'm kind of determined now, so I'm not realizing that I'm moving around this place like I already know the layout.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like in a dream, you sometimes know a place you haven't been around.
Yeah.
Am I correct in treating this like a dream? Sometimes?
You can pretend it's like a dream,
Okay.
but it really isn't.
Oh, okay.
It really is reality. In fact, it is reality. It's the Matrix thing.
Yeah.
This is reality, and when you're like this, it's not reality.
You're Neo, you are the one. You can see the Matrix. That's the deal here.
Well, we are the 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes.
1, 2, 3.
4 successes, 2
5.
sixes in exhaustion.
6 successes and 1 6 in exhaustion.
How much successes did you have?
I just had 1 6,
He had 5 successes.
but I have 5.
Okay.
So you got 6,
Yep.
and you got what?
You could use your despair now. I got 4.
I could use my despair now. You know what? I got a lot, don't I? Better start
Yeah.
using it. So you go to grab her as the other guy's hiding in the attic, and the guys bust through, and you just see a face come out, and it's like, "Gah!" coming in through, and then the whole, like, he sees you right there, and you're like kind of cut in shock, and the door just kind of like gets busted down, and you have 3 guys with pins, and you're face to face with them right now.
Well, my responses are all flight, fight, flight. I'm very sleepy at this point. It's starting to not make sense. Even less sense. I paid my taxes this year. My T4 was in.
Tell me where he is. We know he's here.
My dependent? Is at my house. This is not my house.
They're just approaching you with definitely with a malice intent.
Don't make my doggy angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
I think we should run. I think.
Oh, I got a fighty character.
I'm a
Running character.
I kind of want to sick my friends on them.
Okay.
So I shout, "Go away!"
Yeah.
And my dog goes all big and scary.
Well, hopefully.
And, he goes all big and scary. Whether he's
Okay.
successful or not is a different matter.
Okay.
And my friends get like...
AK-47.
they get like all creepy and demony with big face-eating teeth. Like, you know those little blue baby things from Galaxy Quest?
Yeah.
They go kind of like from cute little children to like them. And they're gonna try and eat the tech men.
Okay. Or the pinheads.
Yeah, the Xenobites.
Yeah. It's 9. You're watching all this happening right in front of you.
I'm looking up the stairs.
Are you? Oh, okay.
6 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I count
6,
more
7,
mistakes. To me, like, suitably more than 6.
7 successes.
That's 8.
1, 2,
No, 8.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8 successes.
I have 8, and you have 8.
I also have 8.
Or madness.
I have an exhaustion. I have
Yeah.
madness. Exhaustion beats madness.
Right, so you're getting exhaustion dice.
Beats pain.
But you succeed. So, right. So you get an exhaustion dice. The big things kind of open up their gaping mouths and just begins ripping apart the pinheads, and they begin fleeing.
Yay,
Ripping
Toto!
them apart.
What's these people?
That's Kevin and Jenny. There's
thought it
Jenny,
was
right?
Gina.
Gina.
There we go.
Who?
That's Kevin and Gina. They're my friends.
Where did they come from?
School.
Never met these people, Emily.
Gina's from Ohio.
In Ohio, they have big spiky teeth.
I've never been to Ohio.
Let's go inside to get to Ohio. Should have go there.
Ohio's far away, and I don't like buses.
Mr. Aviator Gogglesman.
I believe he's upstairs in the attic. Where you were intending on fleeing to, and I'm surprised you're not fleeing now.
I'm very confused. Why am I bleeding?
Your head, yeah. Or your nose, isn't it? Yeah.
If we get, like, full pain, do we also die?
Full pain? No.
Like, there was a limit to how many scar things we have, right?
Yeah. No, but just keep going. Don't worry about
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about how many scars you have. Oh, that's real helpful.
Little 13-year-old girl covered in scars. It's cool.
I'm gonna go upstairs and go to the attic and see taxman not gone.
Really? And he comes down and he's like, sure glad you guys are around. I thought I was doomed.
With Kevin, Genie, and Toto, I don't have anything to be scared of. I'm going to the big building.
What? You're going inside?
I'm going to the big building.
She doesn't have anything to be scared of.
I have Kevin, Genie, and Gina and Toto to defend me.
Gina, like Gina Torres.
Interesting.
Who?
So, Mr.
Zoe.
Aviator Congressman, what is this place? Why are we here?
Sure, Gina can be black.
This is, oh. I
And
see.
from Ohio.
You're from there, aren't you?
Ohio?
I'm... Ohio?
You're from the slumbery city, aren't you?
Huh?
You see, the reason why they're chasing after me is because I found a doorway. We can't go there now. Doorway to get back to Slumbery City. I found it, but
Through a doorway, but there are many doorways.
we can't go back. We can't go back there now. We can't go back yet. Not until after this 13th hour is over. And you better watch out for Officer Talk. He's coming out. He's going to
For who?
Officer Talk.
Officer Talk.
He's gonna start taking people.
He's very, talkative?
TikTok.
He's very persuasive.
Okay, I'm looking for a very persuasive officer. And what is this slumbering city you speak of?
It's where we're from. It's where we're all from. I know a way to get back, but
I'm from Kansas.
That's a very
Are we
Kansas
literally
accent.
from Kansas? Did you just make us all from Kansas?
Actually, all don't have to be from Kansas. You could be from Kansas.
I have a dog named Toto, and I am from Kansas.
That is why we are from Kansas. Oh, and your name is now Dorothy.
No, my name is Emily.
Whatever you say, Dorothy.
You're a horrible teacher.
Kinda hard.
Instead of Kansas, I say, I'm from Moscow.
More like Munich, I'd say.
I'm from Warsaw.
Alright, look.
It's very, very complicated.
It's inside. It's inside the building. It's in there. If we get inside the bazaar, there's a Dutch outfit. You know.
And while you've been chatting with Goggles Magoo, the little girl has been boldly strolling down the street with her two little friends, chatting and singing John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt as a round.
I think I should follow my little students there. I will never see you again. I think.
But no, you're gonna leave me alone?
Yes,
You seem to be okay. Would you like to come with us?
No. I'm gonna go hide in the attic. You go do whatever you gotta do.
Theater Congressman. It's nice to chat with you. God, you're insane.
You just close the door when you leave.
Maybe my mommy's in there.
You're halfway down the street.
Jog and
There's a figure in the doorway, and the doorway has a light in behind, and it just seems to kind of like elongate the shadow. And it's a state.
Hi, do you know where my dad is?
But it's like in the distance, right? Scream that out.
Yep.
Okay, should we go back to these two?
Well, you see a figure
Is she outside? She can back with me.
in a coat, right? The hat and a cigarette. Looks at you, and then just begins walking inside the. But you recognize the figure. It's that figure you keep seeing. You recognize the figure as well. It's somebody from your past.
Hey, do you know where my dad is?
You recognize something on the collar of his, and you remember because there's one piece missing off his coat, and that's like the only piece that you have from your father.
I don't have anything from my father. I didn't know I was adopted up until now.
Well, it's something that apparently What?
I didn't know it was adopted until like a week ago. That's like the big shocking thing.
Was it? That was the
Well, your parents had that
Well,
from your father.
Your parents had that, and they gave it to you. So this is the only thing we had of your father.
You find
and it was like a gold cuff.
Okay.
And there's a gold cuff missing out of this guy's cuff.
That's a very strange thing to receive from your father, but okay.
It's not really receiving, I guess. It's
Like a cuff link?
Because your parents are missing. That's why you were adopted.
Oh.
And this
I
is
see.
the last thing that.
It's not like your parents just didn't want to.
Yeah.
Although you are a pretty creepy kid.
Not creepy, I'm just afraid to go outside.
And well, the figure goes inside the building.
I'm chasing after him. Daddy!
I'm chasing after Emily.
Okay.
Daddy!
Once you get inside, you guys get all the way towards the end.
Reconstruct, by the way?
No.
Or is this... Okay.
Why would it be pre-checked?
I have no idea. You just seem to be flipping through the book more than usual.
Well, it's because I'm
He's not familiar
reading
with the rules.
Yeah, I'm reading the rules while I'm
Make
doing
sure you
this.
don't fuck them up again.
Yeah, well, that's
Good stuff.
That's kind of disappointing that I did that. How did we do this? We got what you wanted, right? Anyways. Yes, so you get inside the bazaar, and you look around, and there's looks to be like a line of vendors straight down, and some people in here, but there's
Where's the man in the cloak?
he's walking down the hallway.
I'm running up to him. It's my daddy. I'm shouting, Dad! Daddy! Me!
Ready? The man turns, and it's that face that you recognize. That guy with the hat.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And he looks down at the kid, and he looks at you.
I'm gonna hug him.
Alright. Well, you hug into his leg. You can you smell like this very thick, musky scent. Right? Man, like, starts brushing your hair.
Ew, Daddy, you smell like a yak.
You're a terrible daughter. No wonder he left.
He smells like a yak.
You know what a yak smells like if you never go outside.
I don't know, I imagine I've been
I
to
have
an
been
indoor
taught
petting
maths
zoo.
teacher.
What do you say? That is math teacher.
I am alone with your 8-year-old daughter in a strange place. I
What?
am her math teacher.
What are you doing here? What's your name again?
Emily.
Emily.
I was looking for you, Dad.
Wow. You should be coming to this place. It's not safe for people like you.
Where's Mommy? I saw Mommy, and then she turned into a monster and tried to eat my face, but Toto saved me.
Mommy. She's...
No, she's not. She's a floating head. She talks to me. She called me through the vent. She was in the she was in the house, but it had no handles and no doors, and I couldn't get in. And so I went to the other house, and then that other house led to the dark room, and the dark room had a vent, and that led me to the street. And then I saw Mommy again, and I followed her in the house, and she turned into a monster, and she tried to eat me. And then Toto saved me, and then I went downstairs, and there were men with pins, and then I found you.
Yeah.
This is my friend Gina.
Mommy's gone now.
Fuck you, Kevin.
What do you mean, Mommy's gone now?
They took her in.
Who took Mommy? Why'd you leave me alone?
I had no choice. It was either you. It was either us or you, and we chose us. It was to save your life. It was all we could do. And now,
Well, now I found you, so everything can be okay. There'll be a family again.
no, there'll be no family.
So, you are an asshole, but you talk more sense than Aviator Gorgosman. What is this place?
There will be no family.
You're a horrible daddy!
Here, I'll adopt you. We go home.
What'd you say?
And me? Okay, you're an asshole, but you make more sense than Aviator Gorgosman. What is this place?
This is the Mad City. This is the break of reality, where all the nightmares live. Nightmares like your mother.
You're a nightmare.
I loved her. She was everything to me. Then you came along. then she left me. And I chased after her for what feels like years. And I finally found her. But she is not what she used to be.
Now she's a monster.
My doggy ate my mommy!
Oh no, she's still alive. If you want to call.
Ghostbusters.
If you want to call, but she is alive.
Where's mommy?
There's no help for her now.
Tell me where mommy is!
He looks at you and says, "There's no help for any of us."
Why is there no hope for any of us? I've not been very clear.
You're stuck here, just like I am. Just like everybody here is. Soon, you'll become as mindless as everybody else here.
Okay, that is a slumbering city.
Where we're from. That's where all of us are from.
From Moscow. That is not where Emily is from.
The slumbering city is
Warsaw.
what you are used to, what makes sense, the normal, the living, the
So,
breathing.
not you, is what you are saying.
I've been affected by this city. I've been here for many years. Luckily, I didn't tend to the calling of my tasks. But my task is what I am. And I'm going to hunt down the nightmare and put an end to it.
So, I have a question. You say I'm from the slumbering city. You say you're from the slumbering city. You say you're gonna go back there. But you were there before I came through the door to here.
Was I?
Yes.
Was I?
Yes.
Perhaps you should think again.
No. Yes.
You were already in the slumber city and you didn't even know it.
Already in the mad city?
Or Mad City, sorry. And you didn't.
Maybe the goldsman, he says he has a door to the slumbering city somewhere.
There's no door. What are you talking about?
Take me to my mommy!
Shut up! No, we don't say that. There, little girl. Oh, don't worry. Mommy's dead.
Did he actually say that? Fucking asshole.
I'm gonna attack him. You're not my daddy!
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Toto's gonna...
He's gonna eat both your parents.
Toto's gonna bite his balls!
I'm gonna punch. Yeah, I'm gonna punch him.
Okay.
Do you have any fight?
Nope.
But you still punch, though. I mean, it's only if he feels
That's a response. So when I'm really frightened or whatever.
Yeah, whatever you're high amounts of stress, you find a way out. Whether it's physically or at an argument, right?
I just run.
Yeah, you run.
Like a jackass.
So you're gonna punch him, and you're gonna get Toto to bite his balls off.
But I think I'm just gonna get Toto to bite him.
Alrighty.
Toto's pretty short.
Well, he bites him. That's no big deal.
I like the obvious sense of freedom.
And you
which
punch
said
him.
that.
And the cigarette falls from his lips. And he just spits on the ground. We're on the same side here, you know.
Really? I couldn't tell. You're making little girl cry. You're saying there is no door. You're hiding
Not
something.
crying!
Oh god. Alright. I think that's gonna be like towards the... Oh, they don't take drugs.